After a long-awaited off-season, racing returns to the Track of Champions under new promoter Brett Deo. Brought to you by the InSlide Lane, this is a new series called Gettin Dirty at Fonda. This series I'll be going over with you, the fans, of what goes down every Saturday night at Fonda Speedway. To kick off the 2019 season, it's Fonda Allegiance Night, where the winner of the Sunoco Modified feature would take home the $8,000 paycheck. Now here's how the racing program went down. We'll start off with your Algonquin Motel Pro Stock Heat Races, 8 laps in distance. First heat race, your winner was the 2018 track champion in this division, the 35 of Kenny Gates. Finishing in second was the 7N of Jim Normoyle. Third was the 110 of Devin Kamanga. Fourth was the 2 of David Emig, and rounding out your top 5 is the 21 of Bill Knapp. 6th was the 22K of Ruben Kennedy Jr., rounding out your fields. Number 99 of Buck Gasner. In heat race number 2, it was the cousin Luke Horning in the 2H, picking up the heat race win, followed by the Iceman, Ivan Jocelyn, in the number 49, finishing in second. Andy Graves in the 96 will finish in third. Jason Morrison in the 715M will finish in fourth. And rounding out your top 5 is Street Stock graduate, the Steve Castleman in the number 25. Rounding out your field will be the 5C of Rowdy Rainey Castleman, finishing 5 laps down, and scheduled to take the green was the 77X of Ralph Isabella. And final heat race of the evening for your Algonquin Motel Pro Stocks. It was the Night Rider, Justin Knight, in the 8K, picking up the heat win, followed by Chucky D, Chuck Dombluski in the 7D in second. Third was the 27 of Nick Stone. Fourth was the Coon Dog, Josh Coonrat in the 00X. And rounding out your top 5 was the 82 of Cassidy Wilson. Finishing in sixth was the 28 of John Rose, and rounding out your field is the 730 of Alicia Hughes, both drivers finishing 1 lap down. Now we'll head on over to your Swagger Factory Apparel Crate 602 Sportsman Heat Races as they get ready to prepare for the first of 10 Eric Orozco Best of 10 series, where each race of that little series at the Track of Champions will take home $1,000 paycheck. And here's how your heat race finishes went down. In heat race number 1, Brian Calabrese in the 21C picks up the heat win over the defending track champion in this division, the 37 of Chad Edwards. Finishing in third was the 92 of Andrew Buff. Joe Williams in the 19L finishes in fourth. And Jamike Soul in the 711 rounds out your top 5. Finishing in sixth was the 99 of Griffin Mansmith. 19X of Rob Lanfear finishes in seventh. The Magic Man, Josh DeMagistris, finishes in eighth. Rounding out your field in this heat race is the 1Z of Racing Ray Zemkin. In heat race number 2, it was Tyler Thompson in the 98T picking up the heat win, followed by the Flying Onion, Tony Ferrone, and finishing in second. Nick Scavia in the 17 finishes in third. The 24P of Brian Pesolano finishes in fourth. And rounding out your top 5 is Flow Rider Joe Orlando in the 818. Finishing at sixth is the 21H of Mike Jackson. AJ Potazewski will finish in seventh in the number 72. Crazy Curtis Houghton Show in the 54H will round out your field in 8th, 5 laps down, and scheduled to take the green was the 26A of Aaron Burton. And in heat race number 3, your winner here in this one was the 1M of Mark Mortensen, followed by Tim Dwyer in the 28B in second. The Hitman, Tim Hartman Jr., finishes in third. In the 22, Dan Santa Barbara in the 7J will finish in fourth. And rounding out your top 5 is the 234 of Adam McAuliffe. Rounding out the rest of the field is Cody Clark in 6th, Brian Borston 7th, Jeremy Tuttle in 8th, Happy Harry Schaefer in 9th, and Kathy Bellum round out your top 10. Now we'll take a look at your Sunoco Modified heat races. 8 laps in distance as they get ready to prepare for the $8,000 paycheck race later on this evening. In heat race number 1, it's track favorite, the Flying Squirrel, Rocky Warner in the Jake's Breaker Used Cars number 1J, picking up the heat race win, followed by the 73 of Cody Blue, finishing in second. Danny Varon in third in the 93. Then we have the 1Z of Jessica Friesen. Yes, that is Stuart Friesen's wife. She finishes in fourth. And rounding out your top 5 is Double D, Demetrius Drelos in the 111. Slick, Willie Decker will finish in 6th in the 1X. The Kid, Billy Pouch invades Fonda Speedway. He'll finish in 7th in this heat race in the number 1P. The 85 of Ryan Odaz will finish in 8th. 9th is the 27A of Steve Akers. And rounding out your field in 10th is the 816 of Jeff Rockefeller. In heat race number 2 is Gander Outdoors Truck Series regular of Mr. Freeze, Stewie Stewart Friesen will picking up the heat win in the number 44, followed by the 7MM of Mike Maresca, finishing in 2nd. The 2018 track champion in this division is the 76 of Bobby Varon, and 4th is another invader of Superman, Matt Shepard, in the 9S. Rounding out your top 5 is another invader, is the 35 of Alan Barker. Rounding out your field here in this one is Elmo Reckner in the 24 and 6. Vinny Sanguinetti finishes in 7th in the 34V. Brian Gleason in the 3G finishes in 8th. After a 1-year hiatus is the 121K of Corey Wilder, finishing 6 laps down, having struggles early on. And the Apollo Rocket, Josh Hohenforst in the 6H will round out your field 7 laps down. Finishing off your heat races for your Sunoco Modifieds is Matty D, Matt DiLorenzo in the 3D, picking up the heat win, followed by Sportsman Graduate Rookie Driver through the 34 of Dave Constantino. The Doctor, Danny Johnson, the 27J, finishes in 3rd. The Electric Company, Ryan Watt, another track invader in the 14W, finishes in 4th. And another Sportsman Graduate Rookie in this division is the 20 of Thrilling David Schilling. Scott Huber in the 51 finishes in 6th. Danny Tyler in 97T finishes in 7th. Craig Hansen in the 20C finishes in 8th. 9th is the 21P of Pep Karate. And rounding out your field is the Green Machine, Darwin Green, in the number 1. Now we'll kick off your feature racing here. First off, with your Trackside Bodywork Street Stock feature. Not many cars were here in this field, but they put on one heck of a show. As your winner here in this one is Dave Horning Sr. in the number 17, followed by the 24V of Racing Jason Samroff. He'll finish in 2nd. 3rd is the 76 of Michael Arnold. 4th is the 13 of the Hammer Cliff Haslam, and Chase Ossaker in the 26 rounds out your field. Is scheduled to take the green, but did not come out to do so, was the 617 of Brittany Celebucky. The highlight in this feature was the 2-car accident of Cliff Haslam and Chase Ossaker. They both get together in the front stretch early on in the race, where Chase Ossaker ends up rolling over both of them and their knights with some damage. And that was a race from there, as Dave Horning Sr. holds off Sam Roth and Michael Arnold to take the feature win for this first of the 2019 racing season. Now we head on over to your 4-cylinder cruisers as they make their return to the Track of Champions. Your winner here in this one, with the only single overhand car in this race, was Kenny Hollenbeck in the 12S. The rest of these cars are all dual overhead cams, and Josh Samroff led the way, but he finishes in 2nd in the 24N. In the 92D of PJ Blue finishes in 3rd. Wayne Russell Jr. in the 54 will finish in 4th, and rounding out your top 5 is the 96 of Riley Pedrick. John Napoli in the 3D will finish in 6th, and the 83D of Cole Lawton will round out your field. Now we head on over to your Montgomery County Office for Aging Limited Sportsman Feature Event, and it was the X of E.J. McAuliffe in the 234X, picking up the feature win over the 33R of Rich Chrisman. In 3rd is the Wing Champ Racing Series Go-Kart Graduate of the 42 of Tucker O'Connor. 4th is a 28 of Dylan Eldred, and rounding out your top 5 is a B24 of Brendan Gibbons. The Stallion Michael McCallion in the 96 will finish in 6th. 7th is a 32 of Steve Wagner. Kyle Horde in the 76 will finish in 8th. In your 2018 Street Stock Champion here at the Track of Champions is the 14 of John Young, moving up in rank. 10th is the 1B of Brett Mortensen, and finishing 1 lap, he was Mortensen, your last car on the lead lap. Jason Baker in the 99 finishes in 11th. Alan Hansen in the 111 will finish in 12th, and the 2A of Spencer Rapp will finish in 13th. All 3 of those drivers finishing 1 lap down, and the 3G of Greg Perrin will round out your field 3 laps down. Now we'll head on over to your 20-lap Pro Stock Heat Feature event. Brought to you by sponsored by Algonquin Motel. Your winner here in this one, and no surprise here, was the 2018 track champion, the 35 of Kenny Gates. Nick Stone in the 27 will finish in second. Third is the 7D of Chuck Dombluski. Fourth is the 8K of Justin Knight. Cousin Luke Horning in the 2H will finish in fifth. The Coon Dog, Josh Coonrat, will finish in sixth. Jason Morrison will finish in seventh. Cassidy Wilson in eighth. The Iceman, Ivan Jocelyn in ninth. And Ruben Kennedy Jr. will round out your top 10. Bill Knapp in the 21 will finish in 11th. David Emig will finish in 12th. 13th is Devin Kamanga. 14th is Jim Normoyle. He's the last car finishing on the lead lap. Buck Asner in the 99 will finish in 15th, one lap down. Andy Graves and Alicia Hughes finish in 16th and 17th respectively, both 2 laps down. Getting involved with an early race incident is family teammates there of Steve Kosselman in the 25 and the 5C of Randy Kosselman, both finishing 16 laps down and scheduled to take the green but did not come out onto the track, was the 77X of Ralph Isabella and the 28 of John Rose. Now we head on over to your Sunoco Modified feature event. 30 laps was in distance, all to get that $8,000 paycheck. Your winner here in this one, in this cat and mouse chase between Mr. Freeze and Superman, what I would like to call the Infinity War of dirt racing here in the Northeast. Prevailing in this one is Superman, Matt Shepard in the 9S. Finishing in second was a 44, Mr. Freeze, Stuart Friesen. Matty D, Matt DiLorenzo will finish in third. Bobby Varon, your defending track champion, will finish in fourth. And rounding out your top 5 is sportsman graduate, rookie driver Dave Constantino. Rocky Warner will finish in 6th. The Doctor, Danny Johnson, was 7th. The Electric Company, Ryan Watt, was in 8th. Danny Varon in 9th. And Slick Willie Decker rounds out your top 10 and ends up being your last car on the lead lap. Cody Blue and Craig Hansen and Elmo Reckner all finishing 11th, 12th, and 13th respectively, finishing 1 lap down. The Green Machine, Darwin Green, will finish in 14th. It was the last car running here in this race. After that, these are all cars that did not finish the race due to early on race incidents. And Billy Pouch will finish in 15th. He had the front end of his car broke on him early on in the race as he spun out down the backstretch. Alan Barker will finish in 16th. Demetrius Drelos in the 111 was 17th. Steve Akers in 18th. And then Jessica Friesen took the hardest hit out of anyone in turns 1 and 2 out of all drivers, finishing 19th, 20th, 21st, 22nd, and 23rd, all 25 laps down. She ends up going into the wall in turns 1 and 2. It gets the worst damage of that one as her night was done. Her car was pretty much about wrecked. And she finishes in 19th. Thrilling David Schilling finishes in 20th. Brian Gleason in 21st. Scott Huber in 22nd. And Danny Tyler will finish in 23rd. Mike Maresca will finish in 24th. Ryan Odaz in 25th. Josh Hohenforst in 26th. Pep Karate, Jeff Rockefeller, and Vinny Sanguinetti, apologize for that one, will round out your field, all finishing 28 laps down. And scheduled to take the green was Corey Wilder in the 121K. He did not come out to the track for this feature. And your final feature race of the evening is the first of 10 races in the Eric Orozco Best of 10 Sportsman Series races here at Fonda Speedway, where the winner of these special races will take home the $1,000 paycheck. And your winner here in this one was the 1M of Mark Martinson. Second was Tony Ferrone. Third, Nick Scavia. Tim Hartman Jr. finishes at 4th. Andrew Buff rounds out your top 5. Brian Pessolano will finish in 6th. Adam McAuliffe finishes in 7th. Brian Calabrese in 8th. Chad Edwards in 9th. And Dan Santa Barbara rounds out your top 10. Brian Boris will finish in 11th. Cody Clark in 12th. Jamike Soul in 13th. Joe Williams in 14th. Tim Dwyer rounds out your top 15 and your last car on the lead lap. Tyler Thompson in 16th. Griffin Mansmith in 17th. AJ Poterzewkowski will finish in 18th. Happy Harry Schaefer in 19th. Mike Jackson in 20th. All those drivers finishing one lap down. Getting involved in a late race incident in turn number 3 was the Magic Man, Josh DeMagistris in 21st, Aaron Burton in 22nd, and Racing Ray Zemkin in 23rd. 24th is Kathy Bell, and 25th is Joe Orlando, also getting involved in an incident before the 3-car incident getting involved in turn 3 with the Magistris, Burton, and Zemkin. And then Kurz Hohenshow had trouble early on. He pulls off the track 11 laps down in 26th. Jeremy Tuttle and Rob Lamphere, same deal, finishing 16 and 17 laps down, finishing 27th and 28th to round out your Sportsman feature event. Now, obviously, how they finish in this week, being that's the first race of the season, that's the points they get, as you see right there. That's your weekly points. That's your weekly points breakdown for these races here at Fonda Speedway. Of course, the winner getting 60 points, second gets 56, and it keeps on decreasing all the way down to 23rd. Any more cars finishing 24th in yonder will get 20 points at least. If you do not qualify or did not start in the race, it's 15 points. Obviously, and of course, if you get disqualified, you do not get any points at all. Next up for Fonda Speedway was May 4th, where the Sunoco Modifieds, the second round of the Eric Orozco, $1,000 to win, best of 10 Sportsman Series, and then your limited Sportsman, and then your first of 8 best of 8 Series Pro Stock races, $800 to win in that series, in those series races, and then your Trackside Bodyworks Street Stock Division, and your Bob Hilbert Sportswear Meet and Greet Night. For more of the InSlide Lane, make sure you tune in. Make sure you follow myself and Chemo on Twitter and click to subscribe as well. This is TNT Motorsports Network signing off.